Wait, you're telling me they use that to power their toasters? Captain Aaron's eyes narrowed as he gazed at the strange glowing core that sat in the center of the chamber. It hummed softly, emitting a gentle light that, to his disbelief, wasn't causing the walls to melt. Lieutenant Rhine stood beside him, equally astonished. Our scans indicated it was capable of leveling entire continents, and they're powering their kitchens with it, Ryn muttered. Aaron nodded slowly, a sense of disbelief washing over him. The humans had once been notorious for their world-ending weapons, an ancient race known for developing forces of destruction far beyond what they should have comprehended. But this? This was a complete perversion of everything they had expected. They've turned it into a power source, Aaron murmured, as though trying to convince himself it was true. Rhine tapped his display, pulling up additional data. Our records show that the humans developed these devices in the midst of their global conflicts. They called them reactors. Aaron winced at the word. Even the sound of it carried a weight, a menace. Weapons designed to destroy entire cities, he whispered. They should be using them against us, but they're not. Ryn's display pinged. It looks like they stopped using them as weapons a long time ago. The humans found another purpose. Aaron turned away from the glowing device. That makes no sense. What kind of species creates a weapon capable of erasing worlds and then chooses not to use it? On board the Resolute, humanity's flagship, Commander Saren observed the alien fleet gathering on the edge of the Helios system. The hostile species had underestimated humanity before, assuming they would turn to their world-crushing weapons to win this war. But Saren wasn't about to give them that satisfaction. They don't get it, do they? Saren said, standing with his hands behind his back as he peered out at the stars. They think we're going to blow them up like savages. Lieutenant John, standing beside him, grinned. Maybe that's what they would have done in our place. They probably don't understand why we haven't fired a single reactor. Saren chuckled darkly. It's not about not being able to. It's about not needing to. The room was filled with quiet confidence. Humanity had spent centuries moving past its self-destructive tendencies. The weapons that once terrorized their planet now powered cities, ships, and colonies. Nuclear energy had evolved from a symbol of war to one of progress. We'll show them what real power looks like, Saren said, as the tactical screens filled with information on the alien fleet. They've sent a message, sir, Jan said, pulling up the alien transmission. They're demanding our surrender. Saren smiled faintly. Typical. They still don't understand how this will end. Jan glanced at the commander, intrigued. You really think they don't know what we're capable of? Saren shook his head. No, Jan, they don't. They see us as the species that created bombs to end the world. They expect violence, destruction, carnage. But we've already beaten them. He tapped a few controls on the operations table. They expect weapons of mass destruction. But what we've built instead is far worse for them. Jan raised an eyebrow. What are we deploying? The grid, Saren replied simply. Nuclear-powered energy fields. We'll drain their ships before they can even fire a shot. Jan's eyes widened. You're going to use the entire fleet as a siphon? Saren nodded. We've harnessed the very thing they fear most. We took the power to destroy worlds and turned it into the power to save ours. The lieutenant grinned, realizing the brilliance of the plan. They won't see it coming. They won't, Saren agreed. We're not like them. They don't understand that war doesn't need to be about destruction anymore. On the alien flagship, Captain Aaron watched as their sensors picked up strange readings. Energy levels spiked across the human fleet, but there were no signs of weapons being charged. It was as though they were preparing for something far more subtle than a typical battle. Are they not going to fight? Ryn asked, confused. They are fighting, Aaron said, frowning. But not in the way we expected. Before he could issue any orders, the lights flickered and the ship's systems began to fail. One by one, weapons, engines, and shields started to drain, as if something was siphoning the energy straight from the core. What's happening? Ryn shouted, panic rising in his voice. We're losing power. Aaron slammed his fists on the console. It's them. They're doing this. The crew scrambled to restore systems, but it was too late. The human fleet had deployed an invisible net of energy siphons, using their nuclear-powered grid to drain every last drop of energy from the alien ships. "They're dismantling us without firing a single shot," Aaron whispered in disbelief as his ship powered down. The realization hit him like a hammer. Humanity had evolved. They no longer needed their world-destroying weapons. They had found a way to defeat their enemies without reducing everything to ashes.